This wood is so hard.
Another year.
Where's
Madness.
Kevin? He's late.
I cannot wait to get all of our activities started again. Logan, how you doing, buddy?
Hey,
Good to
what's
see
up?
you. What the is going on with Bearclaw?
What is he doing?
He's pretty angry right now. You know what he's chopping wood like a maniac? I don't know.
What?
Bearclaw, you have to have a candy bar, man. You're not yourself when you're hungry.
Oh, thank you. Oh, wow, that's way big.
Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Hey, everyone. Sorry I'm late.
There's Kevin.
Hey, those damn enchiladas.
Yo, what was that jingle you were doing before you just walked in? I heard that was pretty.
Yeah, that was pretty.
Yeah.
That was pretty.
Oh, man. I heard it on my way here. It's... Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Harmonizing. I liked it, man. I'm just gonna keep it going. Keep it going. We can go all night. Fire it up! Fire it up! Fire it up!
So you are afraid of something else. You're gonna land sometimes. You don't know what death is. Be afraid.
Welcome to the madness. We are the Mouths of Madness, your new favorite podcast for horror movie reviews. We're coming to you live tonight, back at Camp Madness Lake. This is our episode 36 on the 1985 Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning. My name is Kevin, and let me introduce you to the other members of Madness. First, we have Dan. Dan, are you so excited to get this camp back and going for the new season?
You know, we had a little rough time last year. A couple of kids got sick, eating some mushrooms that they shouldn't have. I've upped my oncology game, ready to come back for this season, and hopefully, no one's gonna eat anybody's fingers or anything.
We are not liable for anything that happened last year. Just want to say that.
Listen to the lawyers. Next, we have the mayor of Halloween Town, Bearclaw.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, like Logan was saying, the legal troubles have finally dissipated. This year, those waivers, those are ironclad. So we're really just allowed to do whatever we want here. So just a fantastic time. Looking to have a great camp season here.
And if you get hurt,
baby.
it's on you.
Yeah.
Finally, we have the youngest member of Madness, my son Logan. Logan, are you ready for the new camp season?
I wish I was more excited, but man, our neighbor's being a little bitch, man. Man, she is crazy.
You went over there and met her?
Yeah, unfortunately, I had the pleasure of meeting Ethel.
You big dildo.
And you bitch. Who are you calling a dildo?
This should be a fun season. We just gotta stay away from the neighbor.
Yeah.
Yeah, stay the hell away from her.
There are a lot of other great horror movie podcasts out there, but what separates us from the other ones is that we're going to be giving you the older versus younger generation perspective. Myself, Dan, and Bearclaw were all born in the 1980s, while my son Logan was born in the 2000s. So this is the clash of the generations. Without any further ado, grab your chocolate bar, pull up a chair, hold on to your straitjacket tight, and let's dive into the madness. We watched Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning, from 1985. It's celebrating its 40th anniversary this year.
Wow.
Big party.
Yeah.
It was written by Martin Kitrosser, David Cohen, and Danny Steinman. Also directed by Danny Steinman. Do you know what he's best known for?
No, I've actually never heard of him before.
I've actually heard of this other cat. His name is Danny Stone.
Ooh, what did he do?
Dennis, don't.
According to the good old Wikipedia, he was a writer and director of hardcore porn film High Rise.
Ooh,
High Rise.
what a name. Must be a banger.
I see what you did there.
Nice. Bazinga.
Apparently this was his last movie he directed.
Wow.
I can't imagine why.
Oh, poor guy.
He's dead.
This is the second
Wait, did he direct this one, or was he just kind of on set?
A little bit of both. A bit of both.
This is the second movie in a row we've done with Corey Feldman in it.
He's briefly in it, though. He's only in it for like 10 minutes. So.
Yeah, they shot that scene in his backyard.
Yes, they did, with a rain machine. Apparently, at the time, he was filming Goonies and couldn't commit to doing the full movie. But apparently, he did want to come back and reprise his role as Tommy Jarvis. He gave him what he could.
Yeah, somehow Tommy Jarvis is like 20 years older, isn't he, in this movie?
Yeah, a little flash forward.
Just a tad.
He's a teenager. He looks 40, but he's a teenager.
How many years apart is this from the original Friday the 13th?
So the original came out in 1980, so this is 5 years after.
Wow, he grew up quick.
Well, he's like 10. Well,
Actually, he's featured in the previous film, Part 4.
Oh, and
So
he's
he
still
really grew up quick.
Bearclaw, the timeline's get a bit fuzzy here.
Oh, 5 years.
You're getting too caught up in details.
Have you seen the movie Jack? He best described Mr. Jarvis.
I can already hear the director yelling, "Just don't worry about it. Just keep going."
Focus. Give me what you got. This also stars Miguel A. Nunez Jr. as Demon. Do you know what his best role is?
Like other than this?
Yep.
Yeah, no, that wasn't him in Coming to America.
No, he was in the classic Joanna Man.
Oh.
Who is this?
Michael A. Nunez Jr., who plays Demon.
Oh,
He's
Demon,
been in
okay.
a bunch of bit parts, though, hasn't he? Wasn't he like, he did a lot of stuff, I feel like.
So famously, he was also in Return of the Living Dead the same year as this one.
Oh,
so
cool.
another pretty cool horror movie that he was also in. Shavar Ross, who plays Reggie the Reckless, he was best known for
Different Strokes.
Yeah.
Never
And
seen
Family
a single
Matters.
episode
What
of that
you
show.
talking about, Willis?
And he played in Family Matters as well. This is really cool. This is like some of the coolest casting notes I found in a movie. Tom Morga appears uncredited as Jason Voorhees. Tom Morga is awesome because he's also played Jason in this movie. He's played Leatherface in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 in the bridge scene. And he's also played Michael Myers in Halloween 4, Revenge of Michael Myers.
For Halloween 5.
No, for the first half of the movie. So he's played 3 pretty iconic
That's pretty badass.
Yeah,
horror
that's a
stars.
pretty awesome resume.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Do you know who the stunt coordinator is of this movie?
Is this Dick Warlock?
It is Dick
It's the
Warlock.
Dick Warlock.
He's back.
It's the Dickster.
Another Dick Warlock production.
He's in everything.
That's his game.
I mean, he's an honorary member of Madness at this point.
We'll put him in there.
Friday the 13th Part 5 had a budget of $2.2 million. Do you know how much it made at the box office?
Where the hell did that money go?
A lot of cocaine. Logan.
$2.2 million for this? Yeah, I guess I would throw a guess out there. This made $7 million.
All right, Logan.
No, I think it made a lot more because it's Friday the 13th and this is popular. 15 mil?
God, all right. So this movie,
100 mil.
this movie was a box office success.
It was.
Yes,
15 mil is a pretty
It was.
I
Question mark?
will-
Question mark?
I will say $55 million.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Well, not quite that much.
Dude.
Not that successful.
It did make money, though. It made $21.9 million.
Okay.
Holy.
So
That's
Logan's
still-
the closest.
That's still good.
Oh, that's...
You know, this is enough to warrant part 6.
Yeah.
Our buddies Roger Ebert and Gene Siskel.
I watched their review of
Yeah,
this.
did you see that? They could not understand how this made any money.
But Part 5 has done very well at the box office, presumably because the teenagers who go to these movies know that there is absolutely no danger that they're going to be required to think or imagine or experience delight or joy or self-discovery.
But you know, these movies were like the movies of the 80s. You know, they brought people into the theaters and they did their job on low budgets. That's why so many of these movies were made. And let's be honest, they're not like Roger Ebert and Gene Siskel type movies, but like they're fun and they get people and the teenagers especially popcorn movies.
I mean, not everything can be cinema, right? Like, you know, that whole like cinema concept that I honestly think is hogwash and elitism, but you know.
You gotta have the Scorsese hands up.
Cinema. Currently on Rotten Tomatoes, Friday the 13th Part 5 has a 17% critic score and a 26% audience score.
Honestly, a little higher than I thought it would be.
Wow.
Man, Bearclaw, I'm going to actually have to agree.
This was Dan's pick for an episode. So, Dan, why did you choose Friday the 13th Part 5 for us to review?
I wonder why.
Well, we broke the seal when we covered part 1. And our general census was that the movie is kind of boring. The dialogue's flat. The characters are flat. There's no Jason iconography. It's kind of mid. Instead of going right into one that has Jason in the pillowcase or the 3D one, part 4 is a classic. I'd rather save that one towards like the end of when we cover all of these. So logically to me, part 5 made the best sense to cover because I feel like part 5 is the inverse of part 1, where the movie never feels like it drags. There are so many memorable, quirky characters. There's no strip monopoly, just boobs.
There is boobs.
There's no instant coffee scenes. It's the biggest kill count in the series, but the ending is a colossal failure comparatively to part 1 that has had an iconic ending. These movies rhyme.
I think the ending is a colossal success because it means the movie's over.
You know it's not a Friday the 13th movie until there's a dream sequence.
But most importantly, it's because Bearclaw and Logan have never been through the Friday the 13th franchise. And I thought it'd be an interesting experiment to put the two movies that have no Jason in them up front for them.
Screw you.
And just to see how they will react to all the movies that do have Jason in them. If they have a change of like their perspective of those movies with Jason in them will be the same as with them not, because whether or not Jason is in these films, they still follow a very, very basic form.
Yeah.
I'm going to make you hang out with Ethel.
Let's give you our overall thoughts on Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning. Dan, start us off. You know, now that you've rewatched this, has it changed at all for you?
Yeah, as a avid fan of Friday the 13th, and I enjoy watching all of these movies. They're comfort movies for me. But this one was my least favorite because of the reveal that it's Roy as the killer and not Jason. So that,
which again, no clues could have ever told you that it was Roy besides maybe one awkward glance at
There's
one
a
time.
couple clues.
yeah, I wouldn't say they're clues though. I just images on the screen.
That's a better word.
Well, let's be honest. There's no real like continuity here. It's all just warbled.
Could have been Reckless Randy.
I mean, Reggie?
Or Reggie, yeah, Reggie.
Randy.
Get his name right.
Could have been.
Let me just make a little note here.
Reggie.
It could have been the dad from South Park. You never know. It could have been many people. Could have been Mrs. Mack.
You never know. But this is 80s horror slasher, I think, in its final form. It's where it's no longer about the suspense or bring to light some form of social commentary, but it's about the campiness. It's about the sleaze. It's about that dark humor, which are elements of horror that I find the most entertaining. This movie, there's no script. You can't tell me that any of this is scripted. It is all actors improvising and kind of just being allowed to freely create characters.
Some might call that a complete lack of direction.
Correct.
Wasn't there a Friday the 13th movie where the entire opening act of the movie was like improv by the person doing it? That was 2, I think. Was they did that whole scene where she was like walking around and then she pop open the fridge.
In her apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was just one scene. This
whole movie is basically that scene in entirety. Yeah.
So yeah, we have all these improv characters, right? Like, you have half-wit rednecks, a grandfather who's way too happy all the time, especially after somebody gets killed.
Don't think Victor and Joey will be joining us this morning, Violet.
If you can't be happy, why not? Why live?
The glass is always half full for him.
Oh, he got it bad.
It's so wacky. It's just such a wacky, entertaining movie. I figured it would be such a good one to cover because there's just so much buffoonery and absurdity to it. After watching it this time, I have an appreciation for it. It's definitely not my least favorite anymore. I think that honor will go to Jason Takes Manhattan. I think that's like the worst one.
Well, too bad, because I'm gonna pick that.
That's fine. I'll still watch it and enjoy it. I just don't think it's really that good.
That movie's changed for me a lot over the years because that used to be my least favorite too, but not anymore.
What's your least favorite now?
Jason Goes to Hell.
Oh,
yeah, that's down there too.
What the hell, man? They're just making up shit at this point. Like the final chapter, Jason Goes to Hell, and I hope they all have like that 3D print. Like
I love it, man. Like I think that's one of the things I love about this franchise is like they have like names for their movies,
and they're all like kind of
and
not
they use
real.
like the part 5s, the part 6s. Like that's cool, man. Like
I mean,
lean into it a little.
Yeah. So like I'll kind of go into my part here. Like this movie, the best way to describe it is it's like a box. It doesn't have anything in it, but the outside is pretty, and it's good fun for the most part. I mean,
if you're a cat.
Yeah. I mean, it's just. It's one of those things where, I don't know, it doesn't feel like there's a lot of direction, and it's kind of one of those cases where the chaos unintentionally created something kind of unique, and there was like enough acting talent and enough improv that was done where it kind of created something that was kind of neat, I thought. I don't know that it's like the greatest horror movie ever, but it's definitely watchable. I think it's fun. I think it's a popcorn movie. I won't hate on it for that. I mean, it's not got any great messages to it. That's all right. It doesn't need to, It doesn't have any suspense whatsoever. It's just real on the nose. You just get all of these random characters who are in this place for some reason. No continuity, very limited connection with the main line, with what I interpret to be the main line, because keep in mind, just for our audience out there, this is the second Friday the 13th I've watched besides the first one. So I'm not really in with the Tommy Jarvis and what his storyline is, but fortunately watching this movie, I didn't need to really know any of that. So it didn't really matter. The first part was a little confusing to me about why some people would dig up Jason to look at his corpse, I guess was the plan.
More importantly, I thought it was a nice touch that the people who buried it, they were nice enough to bury him with his machete.
Yeah, I mean,
his mask,
and his mask on and everything. Yeah, so I think that was, I think that was careful. I think the actors were given a lot of free reign, and it was that's why it almost seems like it was like little vignettes almost in between. A certain amount of certainly amount of campiness to this. There can be no arguing that, but there was some. I mean, this movie kept me laughing. I mean, it was funny, and I think the actors really did a good job with very little to poor material. And I think they made something that was very unique and that was entertaining and fun, and it wasn't scary in the least, but that doesn't necessarily need to be, and it was fun, and I think that had some good stuff. Reckless Reggie ends up being kind of the hero of the entire movie. I thought that was a fun take on things. He wasn't one of the disturbed teens, but the acting kind of saved this movie. Like having a decent set of actors saved this movie. Compared to the first one, this one is cinema because like
that's what I was looking for.
Regardless, it goes somewhere.
That's what I was looking for. I was curious.
This like the characters do things and they just don't go to diners for no reason. Like at least they get killed. So yeah, that's kind of my take on this. Logan, what are your thoughts on this whole thing?
Cinema.
Cinema.
First, I gotta address the elephant in the room. The grave scene is probably the most stupid thing I've ever seen in an entire movie series, and it should never have happened in the first place. How the hell did that kid know who Jason was?
That's Tommy Jarvis as a kid.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, how would he know who he is? He's a guy in a hockey mask. I'm pretty sure he's all mangled up.
You're talking about the kid in the rain slicker? Because you didn't see part 4.
Yeah, I didn't see part 4, so you guys can send me like an actual like, hey, here's the breakdown, because I'm not gonna watch a video on anymore.
I just assumed that whole thing was a dream.
He was the main
so
character in the fourth one. He survived.
You're telling me Corey Feldman was more than one?
Corey Feldman was the main character in part 4.
Yeah, that was like his movie.
He was like 2 years old.
He was young. He was young, but Friday 4 was made probably the year prior.
I think
right?
it was 84. Yeah,
Yeah.
They came out a year.
Yeah,
after year
they
after
just-
year.
they just
They'd crank
put-
I
those
know.
puppies
I know
out.
that 2, 3, and 4 happen on the same weekend.
Do they really?
Yeah, they all happen
Mhm.
on the same weekend.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They do.
Because that's what it said. I watched Friday the 13th Part 2.
So wait, 2, 3,
video.
and 4 happen on the same weekend?
Yep.
And then 20 years later, but only a year later,
Part 5
Part
happens.
5 happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, get past that somehow.
You're overthinking this.
Bearclaw, there is no thinking when it comes to this damn movie.
That's right. That's right.
Just turn your
Okay,
brain
I'm just
off
gonna
and
say the good
let the
before the
lights
bad.
happen.
Say the good before the bad. I thought the movie was fun. There are a lot of characters you can kind of like.
Yeah.
And like there's a decent story going on.
Yeah. This seems
And that's
painful for you.
it. Dude, this movie was shit. I gotta say, this movie is god awful.
Yeah.
Like, there is no redeemable qualities about this movie.
I think there are some very
You
redeemable
can
qualities.
talk to me. You can talk to me and say everything, but I'm just gonna. It's gonna go right over my head because I had to sit through this movie for an hour and 40 minutes and be like, "Oh yeah, this is a pick that we did," and man, oh man. You know what, Dan? I gotta say this. I am very sorry I made you sit through Dream Scenario. Because my God, man.
Can I get an apology too?
No. You deserved it. It was meant for you. It wasn't meant for him. And he put me through Better Watch Out. Unintentional. Both of us.
You know what? You guys are banned from picking Secret Madness at this point.
I'm okay with that. I'm gonna make us watch Jaws 4. But this movie is just it's really bad, and there's a lot of choices that I don't like. Tommy Jarvis being absent from the movie for like
no choice.
the entire movie. Like I don't understand what the
Well, they were trying to do this whodunit element,
yeah.
and that's why they were keeping him off screen. But there was no mystery because Jason was actively killing people.
Yeah.
it's basically
It's the same guy killing people for the last 4 fucking movies. How can you do a whodunit
Whodunit.
when the guy is there just chop, chop, chop?
I don't know. This movie is Scooby-Doo on crack. I don't see a point in watching this if you know already going out of the gate. Like, because I knew what I was getting myself into, and I was disappointed as hell because I was like, dude, Jason's not in this. We have a shitty Tommy Jarvis. Like, this is not like what I want. This is basically Winnie the Pooh Part 1.
Dang.
without
I liked
all
Part
the
1.
intrigue.
Yeah, I was gonna say Part 1 was good.
Yeah, I'm starting to see the divided opinion here.
I don't know, man. I just hated this. I really did.
Yeah,
There was
no,
no
that's-
good.
Listen, you're entitled to
Yeah,
your
you're
opinion.
absolutely entitled to your opinion.
And you're not alone because a lot of Friday the 13th fans hate this movie.
Yeah, and I
But
can
like the
see
first
why.
one. See, that confuses me a little bit.
Actually, no, the first one is kind of middle of the pack with the general census of the
You know what? though?
Really?
I don't like either one.
Yeah, I don't either. That's why I wanted to
think
Band-Aid it
I
and get 'em out of the way.
I rewatched Part 1 after I watched Part 5, and I gave it a killer. I remember giving it a killer because I've watched it before, and I watched it again, and I was like, it's basically Part 5.
Wait a minute, you're talking about Friday the 13th Part 1?
Yeah, the first
You didn't
one.
give it a killer, you gave it a survivor.
I gave it a survivor because I thought it was somewhat good. I like the Pamela Voorhees twist. This movie, though, is basically like, hey, here's a killer, but we're not going to reveal who. There's not even a whodunit, really.
Right.
There's not really a whodunit. They
And
just
like,
make it a whodunit.
there's also the part of like they reveal it's the ambulance driver. It's like, okay, so
Wait, who
You know what's
who's
crazy?
that guy?
okay.
I was literally watching it. I was like, who the hell is that bitch?
And like Psycho, they then had to explain it with just raw exposition.
Yes and no.
Yes, and no.
You had to because it was like,
Because there's no way
What?
you could tell in the movie. They zoom in on his face. It's like, okay.
Man, this movie was just. Oh, it was a lot.
I think
This movie made Friday the 13th look bad. It gives it a bad name.
piggybacking off of Logan's point, a lot of Friday the 13th fans do not like this. This is the black sheep. This is the Halloween 3 of the Friday the 13th
this is
series.
Halloween 5 of the Halloween
See,
series.
I have a hot take on this movie, and I'm gonna save it for our hot take
All right.
section.
I do too, Bearclaw.
But I like this movie, and I thought it was strange. There was a lot of different characters, and there was a lot of disconnection to it. But like,
in a strange way, and I believe me, it was not intentional of the movie. I don't think it was intentional in the movie at all. It kind of comes together. The sum of it becomes something more than each of its parts.
Yeah.
And I think that this was a pretty good movie overall.
I think you liked it because it was everything that the first one wasn't.
Well, it was more coherent than the first one.
Well, if you make instant coffee for 40 minutes and
And then just go to a diner and then come back.
Yeah, I'm tired from working, making all this instant coffee. Time to go get drunk.
and playing strip Monopoly for whatever.
When I was a kid, these ones, which are called the Tommy Jarvis trilogy, 4, 5, and 6.
He comes back for another one?
Oh, he does. And it's my
Is he
favorite.
old or young?
He looks younger in the 6th one.
It's a different act.
You just
Benjamin
got
Button.
a different actor for every single one.
He goes from Jack to Benjamin Button. It's pretty wild.
But I'll be honest, these were like my Jason movies when I was growing up because I'd seen them in the early to mid 90s, right? And these were relatively newer Jason movies.
They were always in the rotation on like whenever there was Friday the 13th marathons. 5, 6, 7, always.
This doesn't seem like it's very TV friendly though.
Oh,
Where
they're
the
heavily edited.
Yeah, I was gonna say if I saw, I feel like you could show like maybe 30 minutes of this movie edited. Like.
Yeah. I mean, this one was definitely one of the ones I watched a lot as a kid. And I
got him alone. And
I gotta be honest, this might have been the first like set of boobs I saw like for an extended period of time.
Sets.
At this time, we didn't have a thing called the internet, so
You went to the cinema for your boobs. Cinema.
I'm going to reference that like 40 times in this episode. Get ready.
So I always thought this was fun, and actually, I remember this very distinctly because I remember when we were kids, Dan was a huge Friday the 13th fan, and I had been like, I'm gonna start watching those movies. And I remember you recommended like 6, 7. You were like, those are like really the Jason movies. But you were like, you got to start like 4, 5 and go through to get what's going on. So I remember I went to Blockbuster and rented these all in a row.
Oh,
so
that sounds awesome.
It was awesome.
I miss Blockbuster.
As a little kid, man, I'm watching these movies and I was enthralled. Like, they're fun. Like, even as a little kid, you're like a little scared of what's going on because some of it is pretty graphic and at times. But I will say, when I got through a bunch more of them, this one kind of became like my there technically is no Jason.
Well,
actually, if you think about it, Jason is in this movie.
He is in this movie in the form of a dream.
In Visions, too, from Tommy Jarvis. Because if you notice, he has a different mask on in the Visions. And that
he's got a blue stripe and a red stripe is the differentiation.
Is that like a meme thing about it?
Yeah, for sure. Because the blue mask, right, the blue stripe one that's used in this by Roy is Roy's hockey mask.
Oh, and I see on your life-size thing, Jason, the official Jason, has red stripes.
Yes. And if you notice in the Visions in this movie, he has the red stripes on the mask. So technically the real one is in this movie. But, to Bearclaw's point, this is fun. And the characters and everything that goes into this, I thought was really, really cool. I mean, this is a memorable movie, is it not?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, I'm going to forget about this.
Except for Logan.
We won't let him know.
I know. This is what I want to know because
It's like the Bearclaw with the crow.
You hate this as much as I hate The Crow?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that there was enough there for you to hate this as much as I hate.
Bearclaw, it doesn't rain all the time.
This is what I want to know because I asked myself this on this watch. Does it bother you that Jason technically is not the killer in this movie? Because for me, now that I see it, it doesn't really matter that much because I think I like what they were trying to do in the mystery. Now, do they nail it? No, but
not all Scooby-Doo mysteries are going to be the best. Like, they always have, you know what? I think that's
always somebody involved in real estate, too.
It's always got to be that white old dude with the weird, like...
Those meddling kids in that
with, like,
dog.
a weird thing against kids. Like, it's weird. I think that's why I don't like it. I thought it was going to be Ethel who was trying to scare away the kids and, like... be the Jason.
I thought it was going to be Ethel's Junior there.
I thought it was gonna be both of them because there were scenes where I was like, oh, there gotta be working.
Because I kind of thought it was going to be like a Clue kind of thing where they were all Jason, or like there was going to be like a few different people
that, because
that were collectively Jason.
They kind of set up.
I'm just picturing Ethel in a hockey mask.
Ethel, we see your hair. Like, we know it's you. Stop this.
You're 5'1".
His hand look.
Jason doesn't talk either.
He didn't call anybody dildos or anything.
There was a point where I thought the grandfather was the murderer because there's a scene.
He's so happy the next day after Joey is killed.
Do you remember the scene where the emo girl is getting killed and he's got like the hand up on her? That hand looks a little.
You're saying it's like Grandpa's hand?
That looks exactly like Grandpa's hand. I'm just saying Grandpa, it doesn't look white.
That was the saddest death in that whole movie when Grandpa's eyes got torn out inexplicably. Why would Jason tear out somebody's eyes?
Yeah, poor Grandpa, man. He was too happy for this world.
I mean, this is the thing, because they set up like Jason could be the killer, Ethel could be the killer, Junior could be the killer,
it's Scooby-Doo on crack.
The Stranger could be the killer, Roy Burns could be the killer. I mean, I actually kind of saw what they were trying to do this time when I thought about it. And again, I don't think they nailed it per se, but like, doesn't matter to you that Jason's not the killer. Dan, does it matter to you? Because
not anymore. No, like it's because it's just a movie.
It's just a movie.
It means more to me than anything.
It doesn't mean that much. It doesn't mean as much as to me as it used to when I was younger. I'm just like, whatever. It's entertaining as fuck to me, and I love it.
Bearclaw, this being your second Friday the 13th, that Jason's not the killer.
If I think about this through the lens of like Marxist realpolitik, and I think about the application of that to this movie and the framework of the proletariat here, I think that, no, this movie has no meaning to it whatsoever, and it's okay that it doesn't. It doesn't need to. I didn't care in the least, but I don't hold Jason as sacred because, keeping in mind, I have yet to see a movie with Jason in it.
That is true.
This is my second Friday the 13th. He makes a cameo here, but
we could be real bastards and pick Jason Goes to Hell next, which has him for like a tiny bit.
You get like less than 10 minutes of Jason.
That will be the most Jason I have had. Because in the first one, he pops out of the lake in the very last scene, and then in this one, he's in a dream.
we gotta ease you into these. You know, there's 13 of them.
We're dipping your toe in, Bearclaw.
He's still this icon that is not explained to me yet. He's an abstract.
Bearclaw, we're gonna watch Jason Takes Manhattan, and you're gonna like it. Cinema.
Logan, I mean, you don't like this movie at all, but like, does it matter to you that Jason's not the killer? Did that have a impact on you?
When Bearclaw was starting out that thing, he sounded like he was going to talk about the economic and political state of the world right now. Can we just talk about the economic and political state of the world?
Can we talk about like the political and economic state of the world right now?
That's old Jaden Smith quote. Nathan added that in, put that in. Yes, because that's the entire reason why I'm upset about this movie. Like, why the hell am I watching this if it ain't Jason? Friday the 13th isn't without Jason. This movie sucks because Friday the 13th is not a whodunit.
I understand your anger, young man. I understand your anger.
It's
well, how do you explain the first one if it's not a whodunit?
The first one is a whodunit.
Well, it was a whodunit, but they had no clues for us.
Yes, again, did I not lie when I said the first one and the fifth one?
Yeah, you're 100% right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna dignify that with a response. Like, no, this isn't Scream, okay? Scream is the whodunit murder movies.
Who's behind the hockey mask?
Like, that's not why I watch Friday the 13th. I watch Friday the 13th for the same reason I watch Halloween. I want to see Michael Myers kick some ass. I want to see Jason kick some sexed up teenager's ass. Like, I just want to.
Yeah, I agree.
I want Jason. I don't want this shit.
Hey, Logan, you lost this one, kid, but you don't have to like it.
You lost today, kid. It doesn't mean you have to like it.
That's a line from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Also the same actor who plays the head camp counselor here.
Oh.
When he tells Indiana Jones, he's like the guy that Indiana Jones like crafts his persona on.
Wow. Logan's stone face.
The look on Logan's face.
Logan's broken right now.
I'm just pissed about this movie. This movie makes me angry. This movie really made me angry.
Yeah,
I hate
and
this movie.
You know what? You're not alone because it makes a lot of.
I don't think I'm gonna rate this movie. It's gonna get a non-rated, an NA. It's gonna get an NR, like not rated.
Wait until you hear my hot take, and then see.
No.
This is another big question I have. So this is a Friday the 13th that the setting is not at a camp. How do you feel about the setting? Because it's at this like halfway home, and I'm guessing it's close to Camp
It's
Crystal
not even a camp. It's like a.
It's not a camp.
It's like
right.
a. It's like a.
It's a halfway
It's like
house.
a home for the lost. Like it's like a home for imaginary children.
Misfit
like
toys?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Oh
But I
man.
mean, that's kind of a cool setting because it's not a camp, and like the characters are kind of unique, and they're not perfect characters. They're not just some boring dumb kids. They're like, they've kind of got some flavor to them. They've got problems. There's that one who is, asked that girl if she wants to hook up and make love.
I want to make love with you.
Obviously the candy
My boy Jake.
Yeah, the boy Jake, and
So bad.
and you got the candy bar fella at the beginning.
I got 2 chocolate bars, see?
I forget what his
Joey.
name is.
I thought it was Chewy at a second.
Yeah.
That would have made sense.
And I was like, oh, that's messed up.
But like you've got all these characters, and like, but they're like good characters. They're like more developed characters. I mean, I can name 10 character traits from like the 2 gay drivers there, the leather daddies, the neighbor next door, her son Junior. Like they all have character traits to them. And the first one, I can't name a single character trait
they were all
besides
interchangeable,
like
right?
you could replace one of those characters for any
Nerdy
other
guy
of
with
those
the glasses.
characters.
Yeah, I mean, like all you really knew is Kevin Bacon because he's Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
Okay, but here's the thing. That's the whole point about Friday the 13th. It's just body. It's just bodies. Like it's
You know
not
what?
supposed to be a character thing. If you want to watch a movie with characters, you watch a different movie.
Wait a minute. This is a take I have. I'm glad you brought that up. I think where Friday the 13th actually makes a difference in the quote unquote canon fodder is they give their characters some character. Like they don't just make them all the same. Like they give them, I know it's kind of the formula of like the jock, the funny guy, the slutty
But that's
girl.
Friday the 13th. Like the whole point of the movie is he's killing people who are going to have sex. Like that's the whole reason for him doing it. But this movie, it feels like he's just killing people to kill people. Like I know Grandpa ain't getting around to Bone Town.
I don't know
we
about
don't,
Grandpa.
We don't know.
We don't know about him. He
I
real
mean, he
happy.
looks like a smooth operator.
Dan, how about you? Did you like the setting or did it
I
make
don't-
the movie worse for you?
No, like I don't think the setting really made a difference because when you think about part 3 takes place in a barn.
I was a little confused by it only because I thought they all happened at Crystal Lake, but that's just because I haven't seen any of the other
Yeah,
ones.
like
I
they
thought
don't.
so,
None of
too.
them
Yeah.
all like the only 2 that happen at Crystal Lake, I think, are the first 2. 4, I think,
4 does. Yeah.
kind of, but it's like it's not the camp. It's just like
It's like houses.
residency
Yeah.
on the lake. So like none of them actually take place
Isn't
in
there
a
a
camp.
TV
except
show?
for the
How did
first
they
2.
do a whole TV show on this?
Their TV
They're-
show's not out yet.
It's
Oh,
on
It's
yeah.
on the way though.
It's
Wow.
on the way.
So curious what that's going to look like.
I'm not.
Logan, how about the halfway house? Did you like that setting or
No, I hated it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd rather have the camp setting.
Like I said, Bearclaw, there's nothing redeemable.
There's
about
no
this movie.
redeemable qualities.
Okay,
This
my
movie's
big
beyond.
thing is I like the scenery of the first. I think the only reason I like the first one so much is because of the atmosphere.
Yeah.
I love the freaking atmosphere, and I
Yeah.
love the intensity of each scene because it is played in such like a isolated space. But this movie, it doesn't care about isolation. We have people coming in from like other places, like the brother there. He's just coming in and he's like having fun. We have cops all around. Like we don't have like that in the first one. The first one, it feels like
They're more isolated.
they're
at
more
the camp.
isolated. They don't
Yeah.
have people
Yeah.
they can call
Th-
and like
This
shit
one,
like that.
there's like more cars and going
They don't have places
I
they
got
can
you.
run to. They have the camp. Like that's all they're at really.
I
Except for
gotcha.
the diner, but you know, we're just gonna forget about that diner.
I want to get into it because they start us off with a pretty big kill, like right away, this kill scene. Joey is going up to Vic, who's chopping wood. Listen, I
was wrong.
Here's my thing. Like,
I also thought maybe it was Vic who escaped and was like just killing.
yeah,
people.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
maybe they set that up too. Is it okay for them to have axes? I mean, should that have happened?
Yeah, this whole operation would have been shut down the minute one of those kids got hurt, like the state would have been on this shit, like
Well,
right
I mean,
on rice.
Yeah, the movie makes no sense.
The halfway house supervisors have a real laissez-faire kind of attitude towards things.
You don't have any guards here. Nobody's going to tell you what you can do or what you can't do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
do what
real.
you want,
Yeah,
right.
that's
They're
real.
like-
I
they're
mean,
like the
the
French.
first scene of the movie is one of the kids dying, and the second scene of the movie is the cops bringing the other ones back from banging out in the woods.
Found them in the Hubbard's woods. They were screwing their heads off, man.
They seem like a nice enough. I mean, he kind of resolves when it goes into like a WWE brawl between the two. There, kind of resolves it in a responsible way. But I mean, everything else, they're just kind of like, you're here, and you know.
They don't
whatever,
really care about the kids. Like, let's be honest, they're just getting a paycheck. Like, I feel like the only one that really cared was the woman there.
Pam?
She cared, but I think that's just because, you know,
Matt seemed to care too, but I think like their whole
cared. They were just reckless and irresponsible.
Yeah.
I gotta
wildly
say,
reckless and irresponsible.
Joey dying was like, I thought was gonna save the movie, because I'm like, dude, if we're following this guy the entire movie,
That's the only thing.
Did he annoy you a little bit?
He annoyed the shit out of me. I can help with the laundry.
I'm really very good at doing laundry. Matt never assigns it to me. I don't know why.
I know he's like,
I just want an entire movie where Joey is running from the killer and like always manages to escape by like the hair of his ass, and everybody else dies, but then like Joey just like
he's the final girl.
He's the final girl in the movie.
He like Mr. Magoo's his way through the entire thing.
I thought it was good until I was like starting to think about it. I'm like, wait, how would he allow an accident? Why is the paramedic so nonchalant about this killing? Like, the dude looked like brutalized, and he's just like, well, normal Friday evening for me. Like,
Bunch of pussies.
what the hell? Chewing gum?
Mind you, like that's Roy's son he's talking about too.
Yeah, that was the first time.
Well, and I just like how the sheriff is so nonplussed by all this. He's just like, killed with an axe, huh?
Another day
Crazy.
out here.
Crazy. I mean, we live in a small town. This
And
would
then
be
Ethel.
like the most traumatic thing that happened to the community in a long time. But you know,
Another day.
We have
another
Ethel
day,
in
you know.
town. That's enough.
The mayor kind of is like, "What are you doing, man? This is a small town." The mayor is like reacting to the
He's
sheriff
freaking out.
being nonplussed. He's like, "What are you doing? Like, you should be upset about this, and you're not."
He's
He's
just like,
sitting there
"Fuck
smoking
you."
his cigar.
It's like, this is Jason Voorhees. Well, if it's Jason Voorhees,
Shouldn't you be out there? You guys are all sitting at your desks here.
know,
where's the FBI?
Yeah.
You know who they need in the Friday the 13th series? They need a Loomis. They need a foil, like our boy.
I think that's isn't that
Tommy Jarvis
is the Loomis.
You gotta wait one more movie, Logan, because it pays
He
off.
showed up for 2 minutes. He didn't give a shit.
Dan, I know you've seen the other Friday the 13th. For me, Joey felt a touch like Shelly from Friday the 13th Part 3.
Yes. I thought it was the same actor for a minute.
I was like, wait a minute. He's like, now, I was like, wait, I saw him die. And
returning for reprising his role.
But I thought this was a good way to start the movie because it like shows like nobody's safe and like what's going on. It kind of creates chaos right away.
You could say it lends itself to the title of the movie, A New Beginning.
Oh.
Not the final chapter.
Number 4 was called The Final Chapter, so they had to... He's not coming back.
Hold on, guys. Okay, it's gonna be a new beginning this time.
You know what number 6 is called? Jason Lives.
Yeah! He's gonna get electrocuted and brought back to life.
Do you have any statistics on how much of that $2 million was very likely spent on cocaine?
$2 million.
Approximately $2 million.
It was spent on the barn scene.
I don't know about you. My OCD kicked in a little bit when Joey had the chocolate all over him when he was grabbing the white sheets.
That was the most horrifying part of the movie
That's
for
not
me.
OCD. That's rational.
They should have all beat him up.
That would have been great. That would have made the movie so much more entertaining if they beat him up.
They were just like, that's it.
Well, they kind of fake afterwards, like, oh man, I'm so sad about Joey.
Miss Joey already.
Yeah, they weren't.
Nobody
that sad.
gave a shit
nobody
about him. He
cared
was a
about
piece of shit.
Piece of shit.
Piece of shit. You know who Matt looked like He looked like Patrick Duffy to me a little bit. The dad of Step by Step. He was in Dallas.
Strangely, and I saw this in a YouTube video too, because they mentioned it there, but I immediately recognized him from Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. I was like, yes, that's the guy.
So we get introduced to Ethel and Junior. I mean, these are two over the top characters.
They're all crazy.
You tell them off!
I mean, completely wacky.
Cartoon
right out of the cartoon papers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love,
great.
did you like them?
It. Well, name one character who wasn't out of the cartoon papers.
That's true.
But
these felt very over the top.
Even Reckless Reggie. Like, you didn't think Reckless Reggie felt over the top? Like,
I gotta say, I liked Reckless.
I'm not saying I didn't like him. I'm just saying, like over the top. Like,
he felt like a cool, like, kid character.
Where I come from, you learn to be scared of nothing. They call me Reggie the Reckless.
Yeah, he was the hero.
When I was younger, I really gravitated towards his character.
Yeah,
I was like, here's a young kid who's
annoying as shit.
Dang,
leave these people alone.
I must go punch that baby.
Dang. Fuck them kids.
Man. Leave Tommy's masks alone. That pissed me the hell off. Like, oh, let me grab this from you. Like,
he's a little kid.
Don't care. At them kids.
I'm glad you brought that up because
was there any reason that Tommy had masks?
Yeah, so in the fourth one.
The fourth one I know about. Yeah.
He's like a big into masks and like
he makes masks as a hobby.
So I'm glad they actually brought that continuity in. Here's my thing though. It's kind of like the non-Chekhov's gun. You have these masks and stuff for like one scene.
And it was just supposed to get them to bond.
Well, I think it was just a nod to continuity.
It was just
remember 4? Like, this is the same
No,
guy.
I don't, and I don't want to.
Yeah, I mean, back to Ethel and Junior. These are two over the top characters, but I gotta admit, I love them.
Oh yeah. No, Ethel was gold. Junior needed to be there to be her kind of whipping boy, so to speak. I thought they were great. I laughed the whole time when they were on screen. And I feel like this movie, you could ask why about any of the characters. Like, why are they there? Why are Demon and his girlfriend in the movie at all? Why are the two leather daddies in the movie? That's what I talk about when it's random vignettes. Like, there's not really rhyme or reason to it.
For sure.
Collection of scenes.
It's
the random kills that are in there, like you said, with the greaser guys, with the car trouble. You have Billy, Logan, your boy Billy's back with Lana, right?
Oh my God, I forgot about that dude.
And you have a bunch of random kills that happen. I was thinking now that I've seen it, these seem like just Roy being I'm gonna create chaos and kill just everybody around. So
I like to think of Roy as maybe Logan.
I feel like Logan's gonna come after us
as an audience viewer perspective. They could be like, I fucking hate all of these characters. I'm gonna root for Roy to kill all of them.
Get him, Roy, and he's gonna win too. I mean,
no, because you know what? I don't root for anybody in this movie. I rooted for this movie to be over.
I liked the scene with the leather daddies because
you know what? No, you're right. The leather daddies, I like them because they were the best part of this movie until he started scatting. Then I was like, yep, this movie is terrible.
Well, to Dan's point, this is improv, right?
Yeah, they had no script.
There's no way
what do you want to do?
Start the car.
Yeah.
Start the car. Car's not stirring.
Yeah.
Shit, fuck.
I mean, these were, gay lovers, I would think. Right?
Yeah.
And they seemed like they had that energy, including
the flare in the mouth.
In the mouth.
Come on now.
Well, these guys aren't Big John and Little John.
Oh, from Halloween Kills.
Those were the best gay characters.
Oh yeah, the goats.
They were pretty good.
If we cover Halloween Kills, they might join our Hall of Slang.
I gotta ask,
might.
They're going to. They're still gonna be alive. Do you think that they make it like a joke in every horror movie where they're like, hey, we have a character. We have a name department for people. Nah. Name him Billy.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, we haven't talked about Billy yet.
Which one's Billy again?
Billy is the mustachioed
The mustachioed bald gentleman who hits on the
Oh,
waitress.
yeah. Billy and Lana.
Well,
It's showtime.
It's showtime.
It was funny. The actor said, because he had he made his whole little cocaine plate there, and it was actually like baby laxative, and he said that was the only cocaine on set that wasn't real.
Everyone's on the good old coke.
I heard that actress too kind of came up with that whole scene of her showing her tits.
Yeah.
And, because
It's showtime.
yeah, it's memorable.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted somebody to do a boobs to kill ratio on this a little bit because
Kind of 50-50 in this one.
nothing wrong with that.
I mean, yeah.
I
had to watch it. I had no choice. It's part of this.
I can't remember if this is true or not, but was there a stripping scene diving in?
You'll have to be
nude
more
in
specific. Which
water?
stripping scene?
Nude swimming. Was there a nude swimming scene? Because in Friday the 13th movies, there's always a nude.
Yeah,
swimming
not in
scene.
this one.
Nope.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
They were landlocked.
that's
on
why
this
this
one.
movie is
no
terrible.
water. No
nude
water.
They
in
do
this
have
one.
a sex scene between
Oh yeah, because
Eddie and Tina, another Tina,
Yeah.
which apparently was shot pretty softcore. The director has said that he pretty much shot a softcore porn scene, and then the editor had to go.
The editor in this movie was a busy man.
He had to go in and cut out
I can't show this.
a lot of that scene. And apparently the actor who played Eddie kind of was upset at it because he was like, "Oh man, you made me seem like a minute man."
at least he's not like that guy in The Burning where he was.
Oh yeah, Glazier.
He glazed.
That reminded me of
That's
this
it?
scene. It did because you really.
It was kind of a. You mean Cropsy or whatever?
Yeah,
is
Cropsy.
it?
Yeah, and The Burning. Yeah, because this seemed like the better version of that because we actually get
But he clips her between the
Yeah,
eyes. That was the
yeah.
best use of shears. 'Cause
That's all?
In the movie, Cropsy just uses them to stab people, and it's kind of like, oh, what are you doing, man?
But remember when we reviewed The Burning, we were like, what happened to her? Because it was never really shown. And then Glazier kind of gets in there with her, and they never show, right, what happened. You're like,
no.
She's dead? But this shows it, because when Eddie comes back and he pulls her off, you're like, oh,
Yeah, you see the viscera,
Yeah, that was cool.
This movie did have some good kills in it. Yeah, I mean, it didn't have great kills, but I think it had good kills.
Some unique ones for sure.
Unique ones, yeah.
You have a very similar one to In a Violent Nature, what they do with the tree kind of where Eddie backs up against the tree.
Yeah.
And you get, this time it's the belt. Like, I've never seen that in a horror movie.
I guess they turn the belt both ways.
Hey, Roy's not Jason.
You gotta pick a direction.
Righty tighty, lefty loosey.
Yeah.
What'd you think of the kills, Log? Any of the kills strike you good or no?
Maybe Ethel's death. That one was pretty good.
The tomato.
The tomato
Yeah,
was a
she's
little. I
crispy.
didn't like that she was still gripping it after she was already killed. Like that didn't really make much sense. The belt one was good. The flare was really cool. I wish we got a little bit more out of that. I really like
Yeah,
I was
I agree
telling
with
them
you on that.
before. I was saying, like, what if he was starting the car and as he started the car exploded? That would have been
Yeah.
cool. I would have liked that. But
Here's another thing.
not enough money.
Another movie. Look in the back seat.
Yeah.
Check
always
the
look
back
in the
seat.
back seat.
Always check the back seat.
Yeah.
After the Batman, I always look in the back seat.
After The Godfather, you should check out the back seat.
Well, unfortunately,
Take the
I'm not
cannolis,
dealing in the
leave the
mafia.
gun.
Bearclaw, I don't know about you, but I'm not dealing in the mafia.
Did you think that there were good kills throughout this, Stan? I mean, we talked about
There's-
the bell kill.
There's
but
a lot of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't necessarily. I think
There's good
there's
ones.
there's quantity.
There's a quantity.
Yeah, there's a quantity.
There's a pile
I
of
wish
dead
they
bodies.
showed
in
about
this
about
movie.
22.
Yeah,
total.
Logan brought up a good point. They don't show a lot.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of gore.
Bearclaw, do you think they do this to kind of hide the mystery a little bit of who the killer
I
is?
think that
Try to
they
hide that
showed it. If you saw an original cut of this movie, I think they showed just about everything. I think they had to edit it down.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's a function of artistic direction so much as it is
The MPAA.
we need to get this at least an R rating. I would love to see an unedited director's cut of this movie.
I would say maybe budgetary
constraints.
You got to have cocaine for this movie.
The biggest budgetary constraints for a gentleman named Julio. And
well, how did you guys watch this? Did you guys watch on streaming or did you have like a Blu-ray of it? Because I watched it on DVD, and that was enough for me to be like, man, I'm already like out of this.
I own this on DVD.
Oof.
Is there a director's cut or is it like?
It's just in weird quality.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a director's cut. They probably burned all the footage.
Get that cocaine out.
Yeah, because of the sex scenes and stuff. But
I am curious to watch the DVD one because I watched it on Pluto TV, ads and all.
Yeah, we have the DVD. I found it somewhere.
I watched it on a streaming service.
You know what kind of sucks is number 6 is the last one to really like have any kills, right? Because 7 is the one that gets butchered throughout crazily.
That one got heavily cut.
Yeah, the MPAA comes for the Friday 13th.
The whole satanic panic thing, I think, really was at the fever pitch during the release of these movies.
I want to talk about my favorite character. Well, first we have Reggie the Reckless, who I really loved. I thought the kid did great in his role, but Demon,
fantastic, hilarious, laughed the entire time.
I mean, this dude,
he's got like a supermarket in his fucking van.
You want a taco? Egg roll? What about a slice of pizza?
That's what I thought.
I feel like he was like trying to impress Reggie, so he just ordered everything. He just got the enchiladas, he got the Chinese food, he got the whole he got everything. He was just like, I got the whole buffet back here, man.
I really loved how Reggie the Reckless was kind of like a kid. He was like, what'd he say to Anita? He was like, what is that?
Yeah. Freaking A! Where'd you get that?
Hey, calm down, dude. Hey, say hello to Anita. She's my girlfriend.
Yeah.
And then he was like, this is my girl, Pam.
This is my friend, Pam. Hi. She's my girlfriend.
Pam, come here. Logan, what'd you think of Demon? Did you like him?
No.
What?
Why are you feeling up Jason?
I failed him. Have you guys seen that Dexter meme? Have you guys ever seen Dexter's Laboratory?
Oh, yeah.
There's a scene where he pulls back the locker and he's got like an Albert Einstein poster and he's like, I failed you, my hero. That's what I'm doing to Jason right now because this movie makes Jason look bad.
Jason's not in the movie.
Yeah, well.
Can't make him look bad.
Well, he is.
Visions.
Yeah, I thought he was cool. Like, I didn't really care much about him. Like, I feel like he kind of came in and came out.
Well, that's my biggest thing is, to me, Demon and Miguel A. Nunez Jr. plays him. Like, he's such a charismatic actor. Like, I feel like they could have done a lot more with this character.
Was so, like, he was such a bright spot in the movie. It was strange that they didn't stay with him longer, but maybe it made it all the sweeter when he was there. Again, the acting gives life to these characters in a way that I don't think they did in any of the other Friday the 13th, which is the only other Friday the 13th I've seen. It gives them life. I mean, all these characters feel like characters, you know, and then because the actors were given no direction, like Demon feels like a real, like, older brother, kind of like, oh yeah, hey man, like, yeah, check out my cool van, like, yeah, and Pam, and like, you know, it's kind of that older brother energy. I really like Demon. I thought it was a fun character. I mean, again, vignettes, so just okay, now we're in the back of Demon's van. Okay, yeah.
I got the idea he was like a musician of some sort that was on the road.
Yeah.
Singing and duetting
And to your point, Dan, too, they talked about the ooh baby was like something they just made up.
Ooh baby, hey baby, hey baby, ooh baby.
And ran with it. Ooh,
I mean, it's pretty easy to like make up.
I love to, you know, them damn enchiladas.
Oh, hey, you okay?
Oh, some damn enchiladas.
Oh yeah, that's hilarious. I mean, it was just funny.
Did anyone else think like maybe they sped the track up a little bit to make it look like he ran faster?
I love too when he's in that outhouse and he's like trying to take a shit. He's like, oh, and then she starts shaking the thing.
Yeah.
He's like, listen, bitch.
Gonna get it, bitch.
I'm trying to.
He flips the switch.
It's like in Grown Ups where you get shot in the arrow, and you like, and there's the snap.
It snaps. I
I mean, if I'm shitting in a hot ass girl shaking up the thing, I'd be like, you better chill. I don't care how high you are, man. Chill. Like, I'm trying to shit in here. Like, leave Demon alone. That's the only time I actually felt for a character in this movie.
Can't even take a shit.
He can't even take a shit in peace.
Poor guy had to die in the shitter.
Like Elvis.
And I didn't understand why Jason was using a pry bar, but okay. Okay. I mean, yeah.
Not Jason.
Or not Jason or Roy. Why Roy was using a pry bar to do that, but you know, hey, okay.
It worked.
Okay.
Whatever you can find, right?
I mean, wouldn't a machete have been more on theme? But, you know.
Well, he didn't know all Jason's repertoire, did he? I mean, he had news clippings.
Well, that's the whole thing. So I read in the fourth one, there's a character that is after Jason because he killed his sister that same weekend, like a day before that. And that he is after him because he saw him in a newspaper clipping. Like, what? How would you figure out that like a day before? Like, that's like this movie where it's like, how do you know all this shit about Jason and like everything that he's doing? Like, he just, like, that's very new.
It's funny because, 4 had that random stranger, and this movie also has a random stranger.
The drifter?
Yeah, they didn't give him a backstory, though. They're just like, hey, random stranger.
Would you like to watch these two young people have sex?
Yeah. Something I want to get to, because we talked about the setting at the beginning, not at a camp, but this at the ending is like my favorite setting of scariness.
The barn loft?
Well, the barn loft, but like rain and thunderstorm like throughout this whole scene. This felt scary to me.
Like 28 days later.
It's just like torrential rain.
I gotta say, in horror movies, I do really like when it's pouring and raining because it makes like, because lighting is really good in the rain.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite parts of 28 Days Later is when it's raining out and they're going through all that shit. Because it's such a cool scene with like the rain pouring down and fighting.
When he kind of unleashes the beast within.
Yeah, in this movie, there was no reason for it to be raining because they're in a barn and it like didn't really make much sense. Like it felt like.
But wasn't
weird.
it raining when like the third act started and they're like running through the house and all that shit?
Yeah. So the rain starts when Pam.
Like it's a cool effect, but like it doesn't really do much for the movie.
I'll throw out a theory on the rain because
someone's changing the weather.
It can't rain all the time.
It can't rain every day, but in this instance, it does rain, and I'm pretty sure the rain was solely for the effect of what's her name there wearing a white shirt.
Oh yeah, Pam, yeah.
You want to hide the cocaine?
I'm pretty sure that was the
trying to sneak set number 4 in there.
Oh, it snuck in there.
I'm pretty sure that was the motivation.
I'm pretty sure
there.
young Kevin paused that plenty of times. Yeah, I mean, this whole ending scene, though.
Kevin, you said you hate part 5. Yeah, you watched it like 20 times.
I mean, this whole ending scene I thought was really cool, like, because you have the torrential downpour. Where's Tommy? Tommy's gone, right? Where's Matt? Matt's gone. And you have poor Jake trying to get with Robin, and that doesn't go so well. But you have all the kids isolated in the house. And then obviously deaths start happening, right?
It just kills everybody. I mean, you're dead, and then you're dead. And...
Yeah, I mean, I liked some of this because I really liked, like, first off, Robin is in her room, obviously naked again. But you get the cool scene where she gets into her bunk bed and looks over, and there's Jake.
How do you not know there's
someone in your bed?
Yeah,
I don't know. Sometimes when
well,
it's
he's
real
dead,
dark
right?
out.
He's dead when, yeah.
Well, yeah, to Logan's point, it's dark. You know, you got rain. I mean, you're not.
I don't know if someo's in my bed.
I mean, I don't know. That scene was, again, I think there was a very specific reason for that scene being included. And didn't have anything to do with the story.
But this is also a callback to the original because you have another from underneath the bed kill.
Oh, okay.
That's where you're going
and
with
apparently,
I was trying to decipher where he's going with it too. I was like, what are we talking about? The bunk bed kill?
Apparently, This was a heavily edited kill as
Really?
well. Yeah, they made him like take everything out of this.
Oh, okay.
Kind of sucks like that happened. You also get Violet, the goth girl, doing her own dance. Look,
She
did you like her?
survives. She survives, doesn't she?
No.
Who killed? When does he kill her?
He comes in the room. She's
like dancing, and then like she stops. She looks around, and
Well,
there's no one
hang
there.
on. You're missing the most important part of this. She dances for way too long.
Yeah.
She
You do
dances for
spend
like
a lot of
30
time
minutes.
with her dancing, which I
They had to add
Also,
some of
he comes
time.
into the room. What's his name? And he's
Roy.
like, "Hey, no."
Oh, Jake.
He comes in the room and he's like, "Did you want something?" He's like, "Oh no." Stands, wait, goes out, gets killed. He comes in, dancing 40 minutes. Like, it's so long. It's just so long. The pacing is so off in that scene where I'm like, dude, just kill her.
What I do like though is, I don't know if you like this, Dan, too, is like once Pam gets in the house and then Reggie like finds all the bodies in Tommy's room.
What is it? In Tommy's room.
Like Reggie can't talk, but Pam goes in there and she's like flipped out. And then they're like right out that's what I would do too.
Oh yeah,
like
I would've
Reggie
gotten the
falls,
fuck
and
out
she's
of
like,
there.
"Get up!"
Yes, and this is my coup de grace scene. Fucking Jason bursts through the door.
Okay, that was the best
yeah.
scene. Because I was like, oh shit, we're getting it. We're getting the good scene. And then it's just like, no.
This is the first reveal too of the movie, full Jason gear. Like we see.
Yeah,
the
that
killer.
was some badass shit where he busted through. And then the rest of the movie happened. And then it was that.
But like to Dan's point though, she's like yelling at Reggie, like, get up!
Well, there was some more yelling before she even saw the room where she's like, what is it, Jason? What is it? What is it? Like yelling at the kid, like
Reggie, not Jason.
Or not Jason, Reggie. She did like an Albus thing where she's like yelling at the poor kid, like, what the hell?
He's like shaking.
He's like shaking, and you're like screaming in his face. Like,
Although I will
go in the
say,
damn room.
even though he was shaking then, he certainly composes himself and then goes toe to toe with Jason.
Yeah, I mean, so
Fight or flight.
They have a chase scene outside, right? And then it looks like Pam's gonna die, and here comes Reggie
on the fastest moving tractor I have ever seen. That covers
Tim
more
Taylor
ground.
put some more power in that.
Yeah, he must have, because I've never seen a tractor move that quickly to catch somebody off guard like that.
Why would Roy move?
That's exactly my
Because Roy has been practicing mindfulness meditation for like 16 hours straight, and he can no longer feel pain.
Maybe he's doing the cardio.
He really embraced the role. He was like, I gotta take a vow of silence.
Let me
It's like
tell you,
Novocaine.
if you got like hit with a tractor, you ain't getting back. No mortal person.
You're gonna groan, maybe like, fuck, this hurts.
So
He doesn't.
It's funny because when I was a kid, I thought like Jason was back for real. But I really remember this is the first scene where I thought, wait a minute, this isn't Jason, because when he gets hit by that tractor and he's like looking down and he's
he's like, you can,
He's
that's
concerned with his injuries.
Yeah, and Jason would never do that.
Jason would just get up and
My
get ready to
Jason would
roll.
never do that.
Yeah, he would never do that. And then we get the barn scene, right? Because this is a callback to part 3, right?
Yes.
Where they have a barn scene. This is a part I don't like. First, I like Pam takes the chainsaw.
Hey, you know I peck a chainsaw.
I knew it.
I was gonna say Pam in that chainsaw fight, that was pretty good.
Well, except she didn't know how to start the. She didn't. know how
it
to
died on
start-
her. It
yeah.
must have ran out of.
Well,
You can.
I don't know. Chainsaws, especially old
Fickle.
chainsaws, can be pretty fickle. Like, I've had many a frustrating time with chainsaws. Like, that's just one of those tools that I've had to use, and it's like those things can be fickle. So it's very believable that it just kind of stops working.
Like it cut out. I mean, I liked that scene. The scene I don't like is when Tommy shows up.
Yeah.
And it's like, you.
Yeah.
And here's my thing. They had built
And
Tommy.
Roy really wouldn't know who Tommy was.
I mean, maybe he would have known because it seemed like everybody
maybe
knew.
because he had the articles in his
Yeah,
pocket.
because everybody seemed to know about Tommy because the sheriff earlier was like, oh, what about that Tommy Jarvis kid?
I understand you got the Jarvis kid.
But throughout the movie, they're building Tommy up as this badass. Like Logan said, he's throwing people into walls and things like that.
Like, he is a badass.
He beat up Junior.
Pretty intense for like a 13-year-old, right?
Dude, he was like Jackie Chan out there, like kicking some ass. Like, and then it's just like, nope, you're gonna get easily bodied.
You can't go toe to toe with an injured Roy.
I'm gonna do the Austin Powers thing, and I'm just gonna stand there like the security guard at the slow moving steamroller.
No. Yeah, I didn't like this because it's like.
And then he gets cut in one direction, and when he's in the hospital, the bandage is on the complete opposite direction.
Cocaine is a powerful friend.
They didn't care about continuity, Bearclaw. Like, all right.
They were dancing in the snow.
They most certainly
Bearclaw.
didn't.
They were dancing in the snow.
I did like, though, at the end, because I thought Pam was a pretty good final girl. Like, she was pretty badass.
I mean, that chainsaw, man. That chainsaw machete scene was awesome. That was like my favorite scene in the whole movie was the chainsaw machete fight.
I loved it because, and she was not backing down from this Jason.
No, not at all.
When he had Reggie cornered in the top of that barn, she came and like did his defense, and then you get the scene. I love it because it's like there's so many like
who's going over? Who's going over?
Right. Who's going over the top here? And then
WWE style.
Finally Tommy wakes up and
did
he chop off his arm?
Yeah, he must have chopped off his arm, and then he landed on the spikes.
Yeah.
And then magically the mask flew off, and there wasn't any real reason why the mask would fly off other than, we kind of needed to for the movie. The reveal of Roy, the character who's barely in the movie, that's just like, oh, it's a guy.
It's not Jason.
It's not Jason.
Yes, and no.
The new beginning.
Well, they had like
And
two
an end.
scenes earlier that could have let you know it's Roy, right? They had the scene where he's like looking intense when he's covering Joey.
You say something to me, Sheriff?
And then
Now talking to me, Sheriff?
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Was this better than the original, though, for giving you any clues?
I mean, it gives you vastly more clues because at least the characters in the movie before that you discover they're the killer.
Right.
That's like double the crew. That's like double the clues you would get versus the original. Because the original, she was like mentioned once in passing and then never talked about the entire film until she was stabbing somebody.
I mean, we get the reveal in the hospital that Joey was his kid.
The kid who was axed to death at the woodpile was Roy's son.
And this is like his whole revenge thing. Like he's taking it out against his
one lunatic killed his son, so he's got to go kill everybody? Like, what? I don't understand.
He killed everybody but the guy who killed his son.
Yeah, like the people who had taken care of his son up until that point and had like...
But also the news clippings of Jason Voorhees were meant to show us like he was obsessed with Jason a little bit. Because, I mean, is that why he went on and got like a full bald cap and everything?
Yeah, he had like a whole...
He was really committed.
You know what's also one thing? We didn't see how the main Matthew there died. It just showed a railroad spike through his head.
Yeah, he was kind of.
That's not very Jason-esque either, is it? Does Jason use railroad spikes?
That's true. I mean, he does.
I haven't seen a Jason movie yet, so this is why I'm asking.
Did they kill Grandpa off screen too?
No, they threw him through the window.
Yeah, they threw him through the window, but he was dead already.
Yeah, he was already dead. He got killed off
His eyes
screen.
were
popped out.
Popped
Yeah,
out.
you're right. But what's cool about Friday the 13th movies is they're known for their bodies coming through their window. Even the original.
Oh, yeah.
I think that might be why I have an affinity for things going through windows.
And like Logan said, he liked the kill with Ethel, where Jason actually comes through the window. Yeah, that's cool. And then, I mean, we get a dream sequence at the end where Tommy.
Oh, yeah. Where
It's
Tommy...
not a Friday the 13th movie without a dream sequence.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that was even a Friday the 13th thing. Yeah, I don't know. Tommy turns into the killer, kind of, but then isn't, but then is.
He has Roy's mask for some reason in his drawer. I mean, it's got to be a dream sequence because, no spoilers, but we know with part 6 is Tommy becomes the protagonist and like.
Well, we don't know anything about those movies. And you know what, Bearclaw? We're not going to. We're going right to the Jason Takes Manhattan. We're not gonna waste any time.
We're not going to waste any time.
We're going to Manhattan, and then we're going right to hell.
Listen,
and then you know what? To spice things up a little bit,
we're going to space.
We're going to space. With Leprechaun Goes to Space.
Let's go.
I mean, what did you think of this ending? It's trying to set up the idea like Tommy's gonna take the mantle as Jason, right?
It bombed.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Halloween 4.
Everyone hated it. It got such a backlash.
Perfect ending to this movie.
And to the point where like they went back to Jason.
Yeah. Love the ending of this movie. Perfect ending.
This movie was already shit.
You'll find out
might as
why
well
in
end
my
it with
hot
a
takes.
shitty ending. Might as well end with shit if you're gonna start with it.
I mean, consistency, right?
Yeah, consistency. Hey, consistency is key. Consistency is key.
Let's get into Conspiracy Corner.
Dun, dun, dun.
Can I start mine first to see if we all are on the same
Let's go.
Absolutely.
wavelength? So my conspiracy
Oh, God.
is Roy. He was with Ethel.
Oh, wow. Okay, here we go. All right.
okay.
This is a little different.
And Junior is their son.
And then he's for revenge over his wife.
So no, Roy is jealous of the stranger on the property.
Okay.
Because
So
he's
he
like,
kills the stranger.
yeah,
It gives
he's-
motive to everything.
Yeah, he's like,
trying
Ethel's
to protect
banging-
his beloved
yeah,
Ethel.
right.
And all of the camp kids were mean to her.
Yes.
No, that is, they were mean to her, so that's why he had to kill them too, because Ethel was his beloved.
And then you have Tommy beating up his kid, too.
Yeah, fuck Tommy. Roy had to take him out.
Yeah.
Roy did not care about Joey. Roy cared about Junior.
Junior, yeah.
It's all about Junior.
It's all about Junior.
He hit me,
Ma.
If you flip through,
Somebody peed in Roy's gene pool, though, but...
listen, if you
Ethel.
if you peeked into Roy's wallet more behind all the selfies, he
There would have
had,
been a picture of Ethel.
there would have been Ethel and there would have been Junior.
Wow. No, that's actually a great conspiracy theory. That's got a lot of merit in the context of the movie. Yeah.
I think anything anybody says with a conspiracy in this movie probably could be true because there's nothing about this movie that has any continuity.
Who wants to go? Dan, what do you have?
So I actually kind of had something similar.
Oh.
Oh, God. Love triangles.
Roy's story arc is about revenge, but not in the way you think. You see, I believe Roy is mad that someone killed Joey before he could. I think he had this whole plot to commit infanticide with the perfect cover-up, Jason Voorhees. But then things went south when Neil buried an axe in Joey's back.
This is Scooby-Doo.
That was Vic.
It was Vic?
Yeah, Vic.
My bad.
Gotta get your characters
Whatever.
right.
It doesn't matter. He's in the movie for like 5 minutes, angrily chopping wood.
You know, that just fucks up Roy's plan completely. And like, you know, Roy has been like,
Plan B.
this has been like his magnus opus for like the last 18 years.
This is literally a Scooby-Doo episode. What they
It just leads him to go on this murder spree, the highest body count in the entire franchise, more than Jason Voorhees. He puts Jason Voorhees to shame with all of his rage.
Wow.
You guys went Pepe Sylvia on this thing. Mine are much
More
more
like Scooby-Doo.
Mine are not as great.
And Thanksgiving.
My big conspiracy theory is that there was actually one writer in this movie who is not credited, and he actually wrote the entire thing.
Harvey Weinstein.
And it was a gentleman by the name of Duke Nukem who wrote this entire movie. As I was watching this movie, I was like, this is how Duke Nukem would write a horror movie. Oh, yeah.
Uncredited
Duke Nukem.
Oh my God, it all makes sense.
Then the other one that I had was the dance that the weird girl was actually doing was a satanic ritual called the No Nudum Stripio Monopoly to summon Jason back from hell because this Jason was so awful.
Might all have to do that.
She's the reason Jason lives
Exactly.
exists.
She's the reason. She was completing the ritual.
God, I love her. Violet.
Violet put out together all of the 9 keys and all of the different Monopoly pieces.
It's time for hot takes. My hot take is kind of a simple one. I don't think this movie is bad as everyone has made it out to be, including Logan.
Uh-huh.
I think that, I understand Friday the 13th fans who this might not be their favorite.
Uh-huh.
I really don't think it's a bad like slasher movie. It's fun.
Okay, but here's the thing. You are not allowed to say what good horror movies are because you also like Halloween 5 and 6, and those movies are atrocious.
I don't think those are bad either. Another hot take.
You would say that. If you like Halloween 5, you're definitely going to like this.
Any other hot takes?
I got one. And I've been kind of leading up to this whole time. This movie is all about how you think about it. And I think I can make this case very strongly that this whole movie, whether it meant to be or not, is a satirical comedy movie.
Ooh. Yes.
This whole movie is not, I don't even know that you could consider it part of the Jason menage of canon things, because it's like a satire. It's like a comedy movie. I laughed more than anything during this movie. Nothing was taken seriously. There's just vignettes, Ethel and Junior, and no character you legitimately felt bad for. There was no like suspense. There was no like feelings of horror. I mean, maybe towards the end there, but even like the chainsaw fight, like come on, like you're gonna wield a chainsaw against a machete and like you're gonna have this whole sword fight with it. Like, I mean, unless you're in Warhammer, like chainsaws are not good weapons to have in a sword fight or whatever. But like it's just this whole thing of like this whole movie was hilarious. Like it was a comedy and it was almost like a satire of the previous Jason movies and making fun of them. And it doesn't really in any meaningfully way, it doesn't meaningfully connect to the canon in any way, shape or form, because Jason's not in the movie and Roy is just some dude and Tommy Jarvis is suddenly 25 years old after only a few weeks. And you know, so it doesn't connect in any meaningful way. It doesn't take itself seriously. Stuff just happens. I mean, come on, Demon and the whole scene of him taking a shit because of the enchiladas, like
Damn enchiladas.
That's
It's
hilarious.
those damn enchiladas.
It's hilarious. And that's my hot take in this is like, I don't even know. It's not a serious horror movie. It's a satirical comedy. It's a comedy horror movie. I don't know how you could argue that this was a serious horror movie in any way, shape or form. I mean, you know, obviously the gratuitous nudity was played up to a campiness level of 10 here. It all meant to kind of played a satire and was done really well. The characters were funny, like because there was so much improv, the improv landed, like, and I don't think it was intentional. I think they wanted to make a Friday the 13th movie, but that just ain't how shit turned out, you know.
This has to be the most nudity driven Friday the 13th there is, right?
Probably.
That's my hot take is that this is much more of a comedy movie than anything else.
Any other hot takes?
Yeah, this movie is basically Scooby-Doo on crack. Like this movie is a whodunit if you ever want a whodunit.
But if you, Logan, if you looked at this through the lens of it being a comedy movie, does that redeem it at all?
No.
No? You didn't find any parts of it funny?
Nope.
Wow.
I felt like I was gonna cry myself to sleep after watching this. No, I can't enjoy this. I had no fun watching this.
Something we'll have fun with is our Hall of Slain. Our Hall of Slain are characters that have died in the movies we review that would help us get through and survive a horror movie because we are the final girl. Are there any characters from Friday the 13th Part 5 that you would like to nominate?
I would like to nominate Ethel.
Yes, cinema.
I also agree with that.
Yeah, we need someone hard hitting, no bullshit. Lay it down.
Dinner.
She makes a great chicken stew, I hear.
Ain't I make the best goddamn stew in the whole wide world?
Best goddamn stew in the whole wide world.
Well, that's what I was thinking. She could feed us. If we're down in a foxhole, we need some sustenance.
You
no?
dumb dildo.
You big dildo. Eat your fucking slop.
All right, gavel sound. Ethel, welcome aboard. Also, you know what? In that vein, too, I want to bring Demon in because Demon, he's got all the food hookup. Can you imagine him and Ethel together?
I feel like you need to have Demon and Anita. They're a package.
They're like
I don't know. Anita was kind of annoying, and I don't know if I want anybody bothering me if I'm dropping
a
deuce.
You know,
yeah, I like dropping deuces.
Yeah, you know what? Can we replace her with Violet?
Which one? Oh yeah, Violet.
Dancer.
You like the dancer?
I don't know. She's got like satanic ritual.
Why can't we just have
energy?
Why can't we have Tina too?
From Winnie the Pooh?
No, from this one, another Tina.
Another Tina.
She's
She's got great boobs.
Great
New York boobs.
Well, I don't know. Well, I don't know. I mean, do we want somebody who knows their way around a chainsaw is the question.
You know, I pack a chainsaw.
But Pam didn't die, did she?
Oh, that's right. She lived. Never mind. That's a shame. We could have used
Grandpa?
I don't know what he would do.
He's still happy.
I mean, he was a cook too, but we kind of already got Ethel, you know what I mean?
All right, back to Demon.
Fine.
Demon's in?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I think I agree. Demon's
baby. Those enchiladas. Gavel sound. So we got Demon, Ethel. A lot of people died in this movie.
I mean, you got a whole town of people to choose from.
Hell no to Joey.
I would like to nominate Joey.
I would also like to second that
No.
nomination.
What? Joey,
screw you. I don't want.
He has a lot of chocolate. I mean,
yeah, but if you're making
he wants to help.
He
always wants to help. So you could always direct him to do whatever you want.
Yeah. I mean, have you heard the words cannon fodder?
Oh, he would be a good.
You're right, but we have Hollis.
You're gonna give up Hollis? I'm gonna tell him.
Hollis is like one of our main boys.
I was gonna say,
yeah, but
Hollis,
we're using him. So like, if we're getting attacked by
Hollis
like a
for
bear,
the last line of defense, if Tim Capello can't hold him back,
like say
he's like a Kraken.
no, I'm good with the two we have. That's
Logan,
it.
say we got zombies coming in. Like, Joey got to be one of the first.
Yeah.
Dad, if there's zombies coming around, we got Tim Capello. We don't need anybody else.
That's true. And we got Tina from Blood and Honey.
and we now have demons. So like, there's a dancer.
We have the
singer,
Mrs. Mac army.
Player.
We have the Mrs. Mac army. We got enough to survive a zombie apocalypse.
All right. So we got Ethel and Demon. Welcome to the Hall of Slang.
Yeah. Anyone for the Logan wing? Hell no.
You can
say that.
I would like to nominate Joey for the Logan.
I would also like to nominate Joey for the Logan wing.
Joey's going in the Logan wing.
No, because I didn't agree to it.
It's not necessarily your wing. It's just named after you.
Yeah.
Only I can agree to it. You know what though? I want to nominate somebody for I want the greaser guys. I want.
You want the leather daddies?
I want the leather daddies. I want the leather daddies in my Logan wing.
All right, they're coming in for you.
Yeah. Well, don't make it sound like that. I ain't into that.
I mean, it's okay if you are.
Yeah. I'm saying
it's a no for me, dog.
It's a no for me. We gotta put that out
That's
here.
fine.
We're gonna put that out
No
here.
judgment. No judgment in the Logan wing.
Look, if Tim Capello walks around, maybe. But
oh my God, Tim Capello. Oh, he's got us all thinking about our own sexualities. Oh my God.
Tim Capello is a sexuality.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's like gay, straight, Tim Capello.
Just rises above it.
Well, that's the teen LGBTQ.
SNL character Mango.
You know, there's an LGBTQ. The T is in.
The T is Tim Capello.
Fair.
Oh my God. It's time for Hook, Line, and Stinker. Our hook is our favorite kill of the movie. Our line is our favorite line or quote of the movie. And our stinker is something funny, awful, or weird that happens that makes the movie either better or worse.
This entire fucking movie.
That was the first thing I wrote for the stinker of the movie.
Oh my goodness.
Said you liked it.
Yeah.
What are you doing to us?
I do. I like that it stinks.
I like it just the way it is.
My hook is Joey's death. I actually like it.
I'm going to jump on board with your hook on that one, too, because I wasn't expecting it. I didn't see it.
It's very
the only
jarring.
kill I didn't see coming. I was like,
God.
Whoa.
When he axes him in the back, you're like, holy shit. And then when they do the reveal, when they take the body bag back, and he's like chopped in pieces.
Fucked him
like,
up.
Whoa.
Yeah, he went on a rage kill there.
Holy shit. My line.
Damn enchiladas.
It's them damn enchiladas. I mean, this is a line me and Nathan say all the time to each other. It's so iconic for us. My stinker. I have two stinkers, and not the movie in itself, but my stinkers are that Tommy Jarvis felt a lot like Laurie Strode in Halloween 2 to me, the original. Like, just not enough. Like, there's very little dialogue, very little action to him. And I know they were trying to set it up as like him being the red herring, but it's just not enough. And especially what happens in 6, you could have done so much more, and that makes me upset. My other stinker is Demon. I wanted more for this guy because he was such a great character. Like, why couldn't he be in there too, helping things out? I thought that was a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Dan, how about you?
For Hook, I have Eddie's death. I think it's one of the more brutal and creative death sequences in the movie. He gets his head fastened to a tree until his skull fractures.
Oh, yeah.
I think the most brutal part of it is the fact that the belt wraps around his orbital sockets.
Yeah.
So it's like that pressure is going to your eyes first. It's just an awful thing to think about in practice. Is the line.
You big dildo. Eat your fucking slop.
Eat your fucking slop. Ethel Hubbard. I feel like she may have been breaking the fourth wall in talking to the audience regarding the consumption of this movie.
Eat your slop.
Yum yum.
Oh, my goodness.
Stinker. Jason's spirit passes on into Tommy Jarvis and he becomes the new Jason. I blame this bullshit as the inspiration for Jason Goes to Hell, where he becomes a body snatcher. You know it's bad when they retcon the whole thing in the follow-up movie. Jason Lives. Bearclaw.
Great minds think alike, because a lot of mine are very similar. The axe kill was my hook, and the you big dildo was my line. And
You dumb dildo.
oh yeah, you big dumb dildo, eat your fucking slot. The stinker, like I had just the movie written down. That was my first and last thought was just this movie. It's a lovable stinker, but it's nonetheless just the whole thing is just it's just a comedy, and I don't think it was supposed to be, but what it's supposed to be and what it is are two different things. So that's my hook, line, and sinker.
Logan?
Oh, my hook is Ethel's death.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I have my line. Now, I have the entire thing written down here because this is where I actually did like about the movie.
All right, give it to
Ready?
us.
Morning, Ethel. My, don't you look lovely today.
Poor shit.
Now, Sheriff, you better hear me and hear me good. I want this loony bin closed down. You hear me, fella? Now, these kids ain't nothing but trouble. They don't respect others' property, and they're all crazy. You tell them, Ma! Ha ha! Ethel, these kids weren't doing. You think I don't know what those two perverts were doing in my yard? Say it like you mean it, Ma. Would you shut the fuck up? Now I'm gonna tell all of you, you mark my words, the next little bastard that comes near my farm, I'm gonna blow your fucking brains out, you hear me? Don't you come near me, Sheriff. I'm warning you.
I got a bomb on me.
I swear to you, you make one move towards me, I'm gonna blow us all up. Start the engine, Junior. That's it, my final words.
Mic drop.
Like, great. I love that. That was the only part of the movie I actually did like. And then my other one was obviously the whole screaming match between Ethel and Junior, where he was like, "He hit me, Mom!"
When he's on a bike?
So annoying.
Yeah, I know. I was
I'm eating dinner.
somebody kill him, please.
It was so long. I don't know why it was so long. Stinker, the scatting scene.
Which one?
Which one? There's more than one.
Well, I mean, ooh, baby, is kind of scatting.
That's improv. Scatting, like the
rat-a-tat-tat.
Yeah, that guy
Right.
for way too long. I was like, oh my god, dude, that made
He
me
had to
wanna
buy
die.
time, man, to try to start that car.
Yeah.
Why were they dressed like that? Like that's
19.
They were on their way to the club.
1980
Bearclaw,
something.
it's 2025. We don't judge people on our.
I'm
our
not
attire.
judging. I'm not throwing judgments. I'm just saying they were both. I mean, like, okay, if this movie
Village
was shot in
people.
1950s, that would be a horse of a different color.
Well,
but
village people.
oh yeah, okay. I mean, yeah.
Each their own.
Yeah.
Any honorable mentions?
Anything Ethel said was pretty much gold. That actress did a great job improving.
She was great.
She didn't have any.
Oh, you
script
know
to
what
go
was a
off
good
of.
line? Where she was talking about, man, that's an ugly man. He's like, yeah, he's real ugly. And she's like,
Would you shut your trap? You know, you ain't so pretty yourself, you know.
he's like, I know I ain't pretty. That was great.
Ethel was amazing. It's time for our final rating.
They're gonna rate the movie. What will they rate the movie? The killer is great, the victim sucks, the survivor is in between. What was that?
killer's great, the victim sucks, the survivor's in between.
Our final rating system is Killer. It's our highest rating. It's awesome. We would highly recommend, and it is a must watch. Survivor is our middle tier. It's a good movie. We would probably recommend and has some rewatchability. Victim, it's our lowest rating. It's a bad movie. We do not recommend and no rewatchability. This is the second Friday the 13th movie that we've reviewed on our podcast. So I want to give the other ratings that we've done. So the other movie that we've done in the series is the original Friday the 13th, and we all gave that a Survivor.
I gave that a Survivor?
We all did.
Yes, we all did. It's actually the only movie we've all given a Survivor to.
Wow.
Yeah, so
I can't believe I gave it a Survivor.
It's a complete Survivor. I'm going to be 100% honest with you boys. I wrote down a high Survivor on this.
He's going for the next.
I feel like he's...
I'm changing
it. Leveling up.
Changing it.
It's Killer.
Wow.
This is why I say this, right? This is a great slasher movie that has characters and scenes that are unforgettable. Bearclaw, you said this movie's a stinker. I kind of agree with you. It's a stinker, but it's like one of those that just sticks on you, you know?
It's one of those where it doesn't stink because of bad content, or it doesn't stink because of like pacing or any of the things that really like kill a movie. Like the Leprechaun movie was killed through like poor editing and like bad pacing, and like it stinks in the best way a movie can stink. I agree with you.
Like a fine cheese.
Yeah.
For sure. I just think that this movie is something special. They tried to go outside the box on here, and I got to reward them for it a little bit. They didn't nail it. No. I mean, it's not nailed, but I think a lot of it is super fun. Like Bearclaw said, this is kind of a satire a little bit, and I like what they were trying to do a little bit and taking this in a different direction. What this movie also does is it gives us Jason Lives, which is maybe my favorite Jason movie of all time. And actually, I got a hot take. It might be my favorite slasher movie of all time.
That's bold.
And so I see the beginning of it, and I always love the Tommy Jarvis trilogy. I mean, these are my favorite Friday the 13th movies. Dan, how about you?
I don't hate this movie as much as I remember. I really do think making Roy the killer is such an egregious misstep that fucks with the whole plot of the movie up. It makes it incoherent. New Beginning legitimately marks the end of Friday's serious tone that made the first 4 movies the best in the series. With that said, I do find this movie highly entertaining. Its absurdity, unlike the OG Friday the 13th, there doesn't ever feel like there's a dull moment in this movie. It's riddled with shock value, and the thing it has going for it most is the cannon fodder is absolutely memorable. I love the Hubbards, the Greasers, the Demon, and all their cringy dialogue. I think part 1 is a better quality movie, but if you were to ask me which one I'd rather watch, it's this one. As a fan of the franchise, I will recommend you watch all the Friday the 13th movies, and I am sticking consistently, and I'm giving this one also a Survivor.
Kevin's trying to tie me up here to see where I'm
trying to up it up.
Bearclaw, I'm looking in your eyes.
He wants you to fire it up.
What do you see?
Fire it up. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give this one a Survivor. And here's why I'm giving it a Survivor. I don't think it's essential horror viewing, but I think it's fun horror viewing. I don't think you learn anything from this movie. I don't think you walk away with a deeper understanding of the genre. I think you walk away and you think that's a movie that happened and it was funny and it was a comedy movie and it was like scary movie. That's what I put this as. It's like a scary movie. It kind of fulfills all of that. I don't know that it does anything well, but it does everything good and it's funny, and I would recommend it, but I wouldn't say you need to watch this movie to understand horror better. So that's why I'm putting it at Survivor. Logan,
give it to us, Logan.
Tell us it's going to be a killer for you, because I know that's where this is
Obviously
all.
Where this
that's where this is going to crescendo, because you're a madman when it comes to these final ratings.
He's Rickrolling us the entire time.
He's Rickrolling us the entire time.
Cinema. Killer. Nah, not rated. I'm not rating it.
What?
Not
Give
rating
it
it.
something.
I'm not giving it anything. It's not rated. It's so bad, I don't even want to give it a victim.
Oh.
I'm giving it a 0. I'm giving it 0 stars. It is not even on the list. It's not going on my letterbox. It's just going to
You'd never watch this movie again.
I will never, as far as I go, I will be on my deathbed without watching this again. I will forget about this.
Wow.
Yep. I hate this movie.
Wow.
Yep. I hate this movie. I should have given it to Better Watch Out, but my God, they actually did it. They found a movie I hate.
This is your least favorite movie.
This is my least
I didn't know that there was
favorite movie
enough
I've ever
of this movie to hate as much as he does.
Oh,
like he's not like
It's not my least favorite movie of all time. It's my least favorite horror movie
that we've watched.
Because he's not like ambivalent about it. He hates it. He has to go out of his way to feel the rage behind it. Like he's not gonna just walk by.
Michael,
he's not gonna
that rage.
Let the rage
go home, Michael. Go.
He's not just gonna walk. He's not gonna just walk by this movie on the beach. He's gonna kick sand in his face.
I hate sand. It gets everywhere.
Poor Joey.
He deserved that.
Nathan, our producer, also gave his rating. And he
Not
said,
rated.
Friday the 13th 5 combines some decent kills with some funny, campy nonsense, and that's about all I need from this particular franchise. So I'm giving it a survivor, even though Tommy Jarvis sucks.
Agreed.
P.S. I find it hilarious that there is a grand total of 2 movies in this franchise that don't feature Jason Voorhees as the main killer, and now those are the only 2 Bearclaw has seen because of this podcast.
Exactly.
Nathan, you get it.
Still haven't seen a single movie with Jason in it. True Friday the 13th.
Oh man, well
guys, I hope we watch A Nightmare on Elm Street without Freddy Krueger in it. Maybe a Scream without Ghostface.
If you like Michael Myers, you should watch Halloween 3.
Oh, okay.
We also asked you, our audience, what your thoughts were on Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning. So let's check our Instagram, and that's at mouths.of.madness. From Reviewed to Death, it is possibly the most violent of the series. It is still not a very good movie. But
it's not a very good horror movie, but it's a great comedy movie.
But it is a must-watch to complete the series. I would watch it 100 times before watching Part 8 again. The killer is not being Jason is disappointing. Let me read that again. The killer not being Jason.
I can't wait to see Manhattan now. Is Jason?
I'm gonna make you watch Manhattan. Oh yeah.
In this one, what they do is instead of not giving you Jason, they don't give you New York.
They lie to you about the title.
Why are they in Topeka, Kansas? I don't get it.
It's Jason on a boat.
That'd be a sick movie.
Dissect That Film Pod. This is a weird one for me. When it comes to this franchise, this is one I usually skip, knowing what we know. After thinking about it, I respect the direction they went in, keeping the final chapter of Jason intact.
No.
The execution doesn't hit like most other entries in the franchise, but still gives us memorable moments, for sure. Cha-cha_coconuts. It's fun to watch, but lame storyline without Jason.
Yeah. Jason.
Yeah, I mean, that seems like a pretty big sticking point for me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But we want to thank you so much for your comments. We really love to hear everyone's thoughts about these movies. And really quick, we want to give you a Mount Rushmore poll result. Because on the Child's Play episode, we asked you to...
I hear some people were even questioning whether Chucky deserves to be on there.
Yeah, so we asked you in the Child's Play episode, you know, who would be on the Mount Rushmore of horror icons? And we decided it would be Chucky, it would be Freddy, and it would be Jason. But who would be that other fourth spot? And overwhelmingly, it seemed like Michael Myers was...
Michael Myers won it.
Yeah, was the
handily.
Answer. Yeah, so our Mount Rushmore of horror icons is Chucky.
You guys did not fail me.
Freddy, Jason, and Michael Myers.
I don't know. I think Chucky's position might be up for grabs, though. I heard a lot of flack about Chucky.
We had a lot of people who questioned Chucky being on there.
You know what? If you got a problem with it, why don't you reach out to Bearclaw at the padded room at Outlook.com?
Yeah, that's a good idea. You should tell me about it. Who are we missing? Should it be Ghostface up there instead of Chucky?
Yeah, Ghostface.
I will not entertain Art the Clown, though, so let me be very clear about that.
You'll be happy to know this, Bearclaw. Ghostface was number 2.
Oh, okay.
And to Michael Myers.
2.
And then Art and Leatherface were tied for number 3.
Yeah, Leatherface is another good name.
If the Thing was going to be up there, would it just be a picture of McCready?
Ooh.
Or Childs.
Might have to check out our Thing episode for that answer, Bearclaw. Well, before we end the episode, we want to embrace the madness and let you all know what we've been up to. Recently, I watched the movie It Follows for Straight Jacket Talk.
Nice.
Yeah, we did a review of that. It's been a while since I've seen that one, which is...
Great movie.
Yeah.
Micah Monroe.
It's a great movie. Great horror movie to watch alone, in the dark, perfect tone. Logan and me also went to see Clown in the Cornfield this past week.
How was it?
On a whim. Went to go see it. It was pretty good. I had read the book last year, and I thought it was like, when I was reading it, I was like, man, this would make a really good movie. And of course, they made the movie. And it's fun. It's a fun slasher movie. I think it's a pretty straight ahead slasher, but it's a good time. I think like some of the acting's really good, and some of the kills are really good too. Like, I don't think it holds back on any of that.
There were a lot of good kills in that movie. That's really a memorable movie. There were a lot of cool scenes. It being a Shudder movie, I was really surprised by like the gore effects. It was just very well shot. Like, it was a very well done movie by them.
Yeah, for a low budget movie, it's really
good. Really good quality.
It's good to check out. If you haven't already, go to the theater, and if you're waiting for it to hit on Shudder, definitely check it out. Dan, how about you?
Well, I've been kind of busy. I haven't been able to really watch much, but one thing I did get a chance to come across that I've been trying to find it for a long time, and our buddy was able to actually get it through his VPN, is the live-action Super Mario Brothers movie from 1993 with Bob Haskins and
Johnny Legs
as Mario and Luigi.
Yeah.
And let's not forget Dennis Hopper
as King Koopa. Oh my God, what a treat that was.
No, he was Bowser, wasn't he?
Yeah, Bowser, Koopa.
Oh, okay.
Bowser, Koopa, whatever.
King Koopa was,
his name. His official title was King Koopa.
I'm not deep into Mario.
But oh man, that was
should be. Wait till Daisy shows up.
That was a nice little trip down memory lane. Absolutely bonkers movie. You can't find it. It's very hard to come across. They've tried to bury it.
I wonder why that is. Because a new one?
They hate it. The people who made it hated it.
Yeah, every time they talk about the movie, they always try to go past, like Harrison Ford talking about the Star Wars Christmas episode. It's like... Like, nope.
Well, it's one of those things. I think it would have been a decent movie if you had taken Mario Brothers out of it. Like, if you had, if it was just about some weird dinosaur universe or something, and like, I think the bones of the movie were good. It's just you had to take out the Mario stuff.
They took somebody else's script and they put Mario and Luigi on top of it.
Yeah, and then tried to tangentially connect some things, and then said, "Let's put him in super jump boots and let's put John Leguizamo in there." And, he was real hot at the time. I mean, there's a good movie in there. You just gotta tweak some things, but it's a weird movie. It deserves its spot. I mean, right next to Turtles in Time.
Whoa, buddy, whoa.
Editor's note: both the Super Mario Brothers movie from 1993 and Turtles in Time are abominations.
But and then I picked up the Mafia series for Steam, so I'm gonna be jumping into those games, going through them. I started backwards. I'm starting with 3 because you get to build your own family in that one versus the other ones. Family. It's all about family. The other ones are like internal conflicts within the mob. So I'm gonna work backwards.
Bearclaw, you better take that back about Turtles in Time, bro. Turtles in Time is a classic.
That's what I was saying. So is the Mario Brothers movie.
No, it's not. Don't put it in the same
don't put that Turtles in Time trash next to my Mario.
No, you better get out of here. Turtles in Time is the best Treacle.
Don't you ever say treacle again.
Name a better treacle.
I don't want
to. Because I'm telling you can't find a better third movie.
Bearclaw, what about you? What have you been up to? Get us off this.
So I'm continuing my read of the Books of the New Earth with Claw of the Conciliator, which is really cool. Again, anybody, like, there's so much nuance in those books. So definitely some content warnings for the books because they have some pretty heavy themes. But finished up Shadow of the Torturer. Now I'm on to the Claw of the Conciliator. Lots of horror themes, lots of sci-fi themes, lots of medieval themes, like just so much cool stuff. Like, it's really a very dense book, and you find out that, like, you know, certain structures that they describe that the narrator lived in were rocket ships, and like, but it's all takes place in like this medieval kind of world. It's very strange, but it scratches my itch. As far as horror movies go, I was able to track down and find a copy of Necronomicon, the Book of the Dead, which is a very big B movie, but one that's very close to my heart, just being a Lovecraft enthusiast as far as his writing goes. Not him personally, but as far as some of the concepts he presents, and that's got Jeffrey Combs in it playing as H.P. Lovecraft. It's really a special movie in the Lovecraft world. If you can find a copy of it, I highly recommend giving it a watch, especially if you like cosmic horror. I mean, it is a B movie, know that going into it, but if you're able to get over that hump, which if you're a Lovecraft fan, you got to get over that hump a lot because most of those are B movies, but just absolutely fantastic. So I rewatched that. Logan, what have you been watching?
So we went to go see Klein and Cornfield. Pretty good movie. I think like all the character work was like really good, really well crafted movie. I read the book, didn't really enjoy it too much, so I was not as optimistic for the movie, especially for it being like not very like, you know, it's not like a huge movie. Like it's an independent movie, so either way, I was like, might be in between, but I really enjoyed it. I thought the movie was like really good. I thought they did a lot of good stuff. And then just today, literally like hours before we recorded this, I watched the movie Novocaine with Jack Quaid. Jack Nicholson's son is the main villain in the movie, and Amber Midthunder plays a pretty prominent role. It's really good. I thought it was like a really good movie, like good action movie. There's some gore in it. Like, surprisingly, there is some gore in this movie, like that is pretty intense to watch. Like, a lot of it will have you like looking away because of how like bad like the stuff is, because there's some stuff like it's bad. It's like,
Is it available streaming right now?
It is. It's on Paramount Plus though.
Okay, I have that, so I'm going to check that out then.
Yeah, I would say you should check it out because it is a good like action movie.
Yeah,
like it's not bad. You know what though? I do have to say before we move on, if you guys are a fan of Friday the 13th Part 5: A New Beginning, you guys should know that I don't think of it all as negative, you know? I just got to say a few words to the people.
I'm so scared right now.
I have a written speech prepared.
I'm so scared right now.
I'm sorry that I made fun of this movie. I'm sorry that I made fun of the characters and that I compared it to other great movies, because this is straight up trash. I have to say to all the fans listening out there, even in the French capacity, even though, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of you, the Canadian fans out there, don't be sad that it happened. Be glad that it's over. Thank you.
Dang.
Cinema.
Those are some very, very thoughtful and kind words.
I am poetic. I have a soul.
Well,
this movie does not.
On that note, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the Mouths of Madness on your favorite audio platform and YouTube. If you've enjoyed your descent into madness, we really would appreciate it if you would rate us 5 stars and leave us a review. You can find us on Instagram at mouths.of.madness. We have a great YouTube channel where we also have an exclusive video podcast called Straight Jacket Talk. Please check it out now at Mouths of Madness. Finally, we have our email address. Write to Bearclaw at thepaddedroom@outlook.com and let him know which Friday the 13th movie we should cover next.
Yeah, maybe one with Jason in it.
Or
that'd be different for me.
Better yet,
that'd be different.
Maybe in a whole new city. Maybe in a big city.
A big apple.
Maybe in a place where he takes
Manhattan.
Yeah. We'll watch Muppets Take Manhattan.
Well, that does it for our review on Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning. We'll be back soon with another episode, and we're going to be reviewing Hellraiser.
So many shites to show you.
Have such sights.
Cinema.
But until then, back to the padded room with you. Well, guys, I'm glad we could reopen Camp Madness here, and hopefully, we won't have the problems we had last time with maybe somebody ruining it. Oh, wait a minute. Who's that in the doorway there?
What's going on? Who is that?
Who is that?
Is that Jason? Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
He looks angry.
Oh,
I'm legging it.
Wait
I'm
a
outta
minute.
here.
Oh, wait, you fell over your log pile there, Bearclaw.
Man.
Oh.
Man,
hold on. We got to take this mask off.
Come on. Let's find out who's behind this.
It's Nathan. Nathan, what are you doing here?
Who were you expecting? Jason Voorhees?
Oh, my goodness. Well, I'm glad it wasn't Jason.
Nathan, side note here during this silent part. Could you delete the part where I say we can do anything we want? I realize it's about a kids' camp now. So.
Nathan, keep that in. Keep that in. Keep that shit in. Can you add that to the end of the episode?
Put that at the end of the episode.
No.